So it's day 2 now of vlogging. I am getting a hang of recording everything. That's a little bit more easier. I still want to make it a little bit more cinematic and transitional. I got a tripod now, so those things are there. Transition scenes are hopefully going to be coming up as well, so that's something that you guys will notice also. And why? So the intention is to make it watchable, make it bearable, and all of those things. So when you're working as a therapist, there is a lot of carried energy that you have in your body. You have a lot of carried energy from your clients, from your peers. Empath, right? That's the work. So what I do sometimes in the morning is that when I wake up, ideally I want to do more, but when I wake up, I want to be able to just get an idea of my day, right? And so one of the first things I like to do when I set this up is I really want to go and check out my calendar. So I have a really good calendar system that I work with. It's a paid for system. You don't have to have the same fantastical. It's a paid for app, but it's on the Apple, but it's a paid for app. But it's an amazing app because सारे मेरे calendars यहाँ पे sync हो जाते हैं. I just synchronize everything together. And the first thing I do is I just wake up and I see exactly what time I have available, where is it exactly. If I have any time available for a gym or a workout, I'll make sure I get that sorted. If not, I know I have to allocate some time for family, I'll get that sorted as well. And so all of those things really help me just set up my day in a manner that I now am hopefully not going to be surprised about. Right, so that whatever things are, I'm not going to be surprised about. I have it kind of allocated for me, and it just makes it a lot more easier for me to make sure I am somatically getting ready for the day. So one thing I really like is that Therosaur directly has a Google Sync option, and so because of that, every time either I set up a calendar for myself, or I set up an event for myself, or my team does it for me, either communications team or anything, I would be able to identify and it automatically syncs with my Google account.
The question is that I wanted to explore safety with my client I really like this, without using the word safe.
Yeah.
Now I was having this little bit of confusion that Dr. Robert mentioned in his videos, that we have to ask questions that are not emotion focused, more like that questions rather than those questions that would activate the hippocampal activity, that would make the client go towards the thinking part of it. Okay, this is a pattern that we have and we have to break that pattern, rather than focusing on these emotions. Now my question is, I was going through these questions and it's like, how does it feel to share this with me? Do you feel like you can pause or set boundaries here? What do you notice? Okay, do you feel like you can take a deep breath right now? So what my understanding is that I'm having a hard time to differentiate between the two. मुझे ये वाले questions भी emotion focused लगे.
Yes, you're right, because I would not use the word feel.
Yeah.
Right? I would like, what are you noticing? How is it like for you to ask these questions to me right now? What are you noticing in your body right now? How and what questions? Could you describe, right, the sensations that you're noticing in your body? You would really very actively avoid the word feel.
Yeah.
Right, so you're right, this is wrong.
Right. And how can we explore other than the aspect of navigating through their body cues and their nervous system, what questions can we ask regarding safety and safe without using the word safe? Like, so, the feel emotion focused are, so that's out of the question, because that would kind of put more into that cycle again. How are they feeling?
So for example, the sensations that I'm getting, or what I'm noticing, is that it also depends on getting their language in.
Yeah.
Right? So you can say that our intention of this therapeutic work is to build safety.
Yeah.
However, safety sometimes can become such a loaded word.
Yeah.
What word suits you? right? What word would you feel more comfortable with?
Okay,
right?
giving name through their vocabulary.
Yeah, let's find a word that represents safety in a vocabulary that's unique to you. What word would come up? Mahfouz. Right, okay, so let's do mahfouz, right? So what is mahfouz? How did you get to mahfouz? When was the last time you felt mahfouz? What is it? What would it be like to feel mahfouz here? I'll remove the word safety completely. And for that, I'm personalizing it to the client's work and whatever the work is. And so I'll ask, okay, आप क्या महफूज को अपने बॉडी में नोटिस कर सकते हैं? क्या आपको कैसे पता चलता है कि कौन सा शख्स महफूज होता है? क्या इस माहौल में ऐसी कोई चीज़ है जो ख़ास तौर पे आपको महफूज लग रही है? क्या कोई ऐसी चीज़ है जो आपको महफूज कम करवा रही है? Then curiosity, I can kind of
go through
it, right? And all I've done is just shifted the languaging
narrative around it.
Yeah, because safety can be a loaded word.
It can.
Yeah.
I personally experienced it as well, and he was also mentioning in his video that just kind of is yahi realization that I am unsafe, that there's a lack of safety can feel very daunting.
But I had a meeting with the developer about Terrasaur. So after work at night, once everything was settled, I kind of worked on Terrasaur. The best part is that the development of Terrasaur is in the US. All the safety and all the precautions take place there. And so we usually have our meetings at night where we are working on making sure that Terrasaur and the bugs are fixed particularly for it. I'm really proud of the safety precautions that are there because of having the development in the US. And I think that has something been really useful. But the amount of updates that are happening, and I'll share some of those updates tomorrow with you guys. Some are in the works, some are in the completion in terms of the features that are coming up for Terrasaur. So lots of really exciting things, but it is really kind of energetically takes up so much energy in terms of just getting another product out there. So I'm really excited that we have been able to do it. We have a running product, we have an amazing product, and so if you guys want to ever sign up, super exhausted overall. I wanted to just find a way to end the vlog as well. Started off the blog with talking about a calendar and wanting to have everything kind of organized, and I think that's one of the only ways you can have some kind of structure in a very chaotic world. I have something which I always remember. It is called life on life's terms. And what that means is that there are going to be days when you're going to be able to follow that calendar and be able to kind of find that structure, and there are going to be days like today where things aren't going to be the way they're supposed to be, and that sometimes leads to a lot of frustration and irritation as well. But I think what I've realized is that there are things that you can't do anything about, literally outside your control. Light, family, events, you can do nothing about them. I think, and what I genuinely believe is about how you show up the next day, how you regulate yourself, how you grieve it, also the fact that you weren't able to do what you needed to do, and that your value alliance kind of shares with you or tells you that you can kind of wake up tomorrow, start again, try again, and that God is not against you. If these things have happened and whatever you were planning and whatever you expected the day to be, it didn't turn out the way it was in your day, it's fine. It's not God's not the enemy, right? So just try again the next day, and you kind of find your rhythm, and there's a compounding that takes place, and there's an advantage that takes place, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try again tomorrow, and I'm just gonna wake up hopefully sooner than I thought I would this time, and just try again tomorrow. So thank you again for watching the vlog. Thank you again for supporting me in this. I hope again this brings you value, and that's you tomorrow then.